Okay, so we're back with Olivia Deadgarden and her ever-going adventures. So, we're in Limsa. We're continuing on the MSQ. Right now we have to meet with Alphinaud at the Bulwark Hall. So, I'm actually already there. Let us journey forth to Heaven's Ward. I've been doing a lot of like random stuff. Yeah. There you are. I am ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral... I could never get her name right. While the Admiral and I are finalizing permissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. Alright. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter and we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. Alright. Still one more floor. There you go. Now, you don't do anything here, Gerald. Carvalian, yes. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity? I must say your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there is a time to act and a time to watch, and I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Wow, what a ditch. Reiner. Perfect. The armor titan on our side. Master Alphinaud's new organization. Yes, I had heard the formation of his trial company was the offering. 'Tis with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa Lominsa must needs receive my full attention. Fair enough, guy. Real. Well, if it ain't Olivia, I'd not forget a venturer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Real, don't ye?
Nope.
I don't. Formerly the company of heroes, 3 whistles at Bronze Lake. Aye, if it ain't often I drag my arse out of Limsa for a drink, but I'd right glad I did. How fare ye these days? You're looking to put together a new crew. Top tier work? Ha! Sounds like a right lock, it does. Alrighty, lass, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into my grave just yet. Finally, a taker. Let's continue. A precursor to an united Eorzean Grand Company? While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Naldic and Vimelis keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be tripsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. Dude, I can do everything you do. Alright? Oh, my Lalafell did this quest. You had to kneel before this person! Eh? Who in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodden knight in shining plate. If you're looking for self-righteous fope, try knocking on that dandy Carvalian's door. Dude, that guy didn't want to join either. He was like, I don't think so. Sounds like a ruse. We're all gonna lose. Alright, speak with Alphinaud at the airship landing in Limsa. And where may that be? Oh yeah. Dude, I've been on this recruiting the realm quest for a few weeks already. Olivia, your recruiting went well, I trust. I am curious as to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa Lominsa. Ah, a member of the legendary company of heroes indicated his interest? Yeah, his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I, too, am a scientist myself. Was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seasier proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nothica's altar. You know what? Since we're here, we're gonna take an airship. Wow, that took a long time. Okay. Alphinaud, what we have here. My audience with the Elder Seatsier is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well of potential candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Aliane, what say you? Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives you up. Oh my gosh. Tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry, we're just... Oh, Olivia, isn't it? It has been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbell Mines. Wow. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then. But look how far you've come. Mother Munes tells me 'twas you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf. And now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. Thank you, Aliane. Okay. And then we'll make a big circle round, and we'll come back through there. If anything, we'll just... Yes. Okay, cool. This looks familiar. Urzendale. Dude, you're a murderer. Look at the... You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions? I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young mistress, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, a bare responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. Thank you. I don't want you there either, my guy. But I guess, you know, he did say sorry, I guess. But there's not much I remember from that anyways. You know what? Like, a lot of this is not recorded, meaning a lot of the Realm Reborn content. So if anything, later on I'll hit up the New Game Plus and we'll do Realm Reborn all over again. How fun. 'Tis not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise. But its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. Dude, fair enough. I can't even blame that guy. Florentis! Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? I don't remember your face, how about that? Eh? Could it be that you don't remember me? Yes. Is it I, Laurentis, the man whose crimes you exposed? I was a whaler and a regular patron at Buscaron's. Oh?
Who are you?
I was selling maps and supplies to the Garleans before you and those red belly poachers mopped the forest floors with my erstwhile employers. Hear now, just how many criminals have you dealt with that my ignominious tale ignites not the slightest flicker of recognition? The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting, eh? And what is your policy on reformed convicts? As matters stand, the wood whalers will have naught more to do with me. This may be just the second chance I was looking for. Yes! How about that, Laurentius? Let us just make a new name for you. Revenant's Toll, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I am a changed man. Look, Laurentius. I've got my eye on you. Also, it could be a dude. Just like I'm a dude and I'm playing a girl character. What news, Olivia? For my part, the elder Seedseer was most amenable to my requirements. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer? Our company will not lack for variety. That much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Ul'dah whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Alright. To Ul'dah! Oh yeah, no, that's way cheaper. Oh, you know what? That's when I started playing this game. Around the time One Punch Man came out. Right? Because I remember calling my first character Bofoi Nakatomi. Ul'dah, the Gilded City, where one's fortune defines one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest descending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting, Olivia. Wilred. Hey, I know this guy. I remember. Yes, there we go. Wait, you're the lady who came to Little Alamigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't? I'd probably be dead, and a whole lot more of my friends besides. We were such fools. Any road, that disaster really got me to thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd been manipulated, and vowed to make of myself a more worldly man. So here I am, a new company of champions, and you say it will take me all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. Dude, and the music? Wilred, you're alright, man. And don't worry, I'm not the same stippling you met in Little Alamigo. I prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. Wilred's cool, man. Wilred's alright. He's just a kid. And he was sad about things. Okay. Orson. Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me, perchance? I am Orson of the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on dry bones less fortunate. A most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion? Thancred, was it? Ah, 'tis new companions you seek then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good, but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. Thanks, Orson. Yellow Moon? I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me? This is some new-fashioned manner of propositioning a lady. Well, I'm afraid you're wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, miss. Yeah. Why would we even try to recruit her? I remember that, like, little side quest. I don't remember, but I remember I had to like tell somebody's. I think like. Yeah, I think it was part of the story because the chick's boyfriend thought she was cheating on him or something. Landebert, you'd be surprised what rumors drift down to Pearl Lane. I know of the glorious new company of yours and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Damn, okay, man. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin. By syndicate money.
Nani?
Wow. If you think you're recruiting for just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Look, a new player. I remember you. You taught me so many things. A company that looks to cure the ills of the realms entire. Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next stall over, let alone the conundrums of the neighboring nation. Olivia, you need to get better at recruiting peeps, bro. That guy's like not gonna help you out. How fared you, Olivia? What hidden gems did the streets of Ul'dah offer up to your unrelenting gaze? A single Alamegan youth. Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. Wow. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, and the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Olivia. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. Yes, sir. Stoic nod indeed. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana has also graced my trial company with her blessings. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. What? You are concerned by the syndicate's involvement? As was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. Oh, rich boy over here! And as for the rumors on doubt surrounding the enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for a united Eorzea. Nice. Ooh. So nice. Oh, the Sultana and her music. Rauban. She looks like an onion.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alphinaud's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
Yeah, they should be grateful.
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity.
felicitous.
I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
I got your back, guys. Come on. That's insulting, Sultana.
Yes, there is that, I suppose.
The Nanamo Ulnamo the Insultana.
Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi.
That's a nice hairstyle when you take away like the crown and stuff.
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'Dan law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
Oh my gosh.
He has all pretended
Boom, meteor.
treason, and yet we can do nothing?
Dang.
Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Man, she feels so helpless right now.
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Alphinaud. That is not a journey I soon wish to repeat. But I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our effort is at hand. I must see to the preparations for our inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Olivia. I am certain the antecedent will be relieved to see you free for your other duties. Antecedent, what say you? Appears eager to welcome you back to the Revenant's Toll. Greetings, Olivia. Alphinaud tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scions shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. An inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alphinaud to see that all is in readiness, so I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Revenant's Toll of late, and I wonder if Slathborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there is aught he requires? You know, I had barely seen that Revenant's Toll back then was completely different than what it looks like now. And I was quite surprised. Like, it was rock everywhere. There was none of this. And I bet you that's what she's talking about. Like, there's so many adventures as of late. What can I do for you, Olivia? I thought you'd have your hands full helping out with the new arm of the Scions. Aha! I barely noticed your recruits arrive. 'Twas barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we've had pass through here every day. Is there treasure here? While I appreciate your offer of aid, 'tis more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Slaffborn, the shipment! We couldn't... Oh boy, what happened? They got attacked, right? Gods, woman, what befell? We were bringing a shipment to Revenant's Toll, provisions and air marked for the frontier effort. But just as we sought to cross over into Mordana, we were set upon by brigade. I told you, I cough, I believe they have been heretics. There were many, too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There is naught to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take a rest, and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics are involved, then this is like to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did these supplies originate? House Haurchefont, we collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that they are appraised of this development. Olivia, were you not on good terms with the Knights of House Haurchefont? I will be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Aye, Captain. Thank you for your understanding. I am certain Lord Haurchefont will be glad of your assistance. Let's go, Demeter. Look at this thing. What is that? What the frick? Wait.
What is that?
Nani? What was that about? Haurchefont, my man! Well. If it isn't my fine friend, Olivia Deadgarden. Would you care for a plate of roast caracol? Some mulled wine? No? Ah, I see. You have not come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was, in fact, on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Revenant's Toll, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. New gear. Not for me. Lord Haurchefont awaits confirmation of the reason for your visit to Cramp Dragon Red. Okay.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest.
That's what he sounds like.
Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Coerthas soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Haurchefont does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve.
Kind of rhymed.
The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait?
Shh. Do you know what I've done?
Alone's blessings be upon you. Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not
Olivia
wish
just
for a
looks like
finer
okay.
ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warm welcome shall be waiting for you.
Forthwith. Alright. Olivia, welcome, welcome. You'll be pleased to know that the repairs to Stone Vigil proceed apace. We shall rebuild sure and strong, that the Dravanians might better themselves, senseless against our shield in the west. I would venture, however, that matters of masonry are not what brought you to Whitebrim. On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say, by the Fury, but you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess, then, 'tis a sad truth that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly without warning and are canny enough to evade most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this Iceheart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Mayhaps you would care to question one of the recent victims. As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a traitor was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some detail that could aid you in your task. Alright. Let's see. Upstairs. Mistreated merchant. Tell you what happened. Why, yes, of course. I am quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly black hearts. I was traveling my usual route to Whitebrim Front when the sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground, and several heretics were rifling through my cargo, arms, armor, crystals. They were taking everything. 'Twas then that one of them noticed my blurry gaze and stalked over me to better acquaint my head with his mace. Oof! Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that is where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived at all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Alright, so Snowcloak. There we go. What do we have here? I believe you'll have to surrender your life! He's dead. And he's dead. Easy! What's next? Gotta go this way. draw your weapon. Foul. Oh, wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You have come seeking heretics. Then we shall share a common purpose. We were on patrol when we chanced across one of the raiding parties and pursued them here. By rights, we should have had them cornered in this ravine, and yet they are gone, vanished like icy wraiths. Let's see. What happened? Who is this? You glimpsed a woman atop the cliff? Could it be the Ice Heart herself come to sneer at our folly? And to where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. 'Twould the best were we were to return to Whitebrim Front and lay our suspicions before Lord Tremont. Olivia, it appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in the report. The men you found out near Snowcloak are some of my finest. That they should be bested so handily. I fear I have woefully underestimated the threat that these heretics pose. While I understand that you might balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. 'Twould be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Haurchefont of your discoveries. We will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. Righto. Ah. This person's still there. Heyo.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart?
That she likes to laugh.
And this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal... Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
He's got our back. Alright. Now we just need to go back to Revenant's Toll. Olivia, 'tis good to see you return to the toll. How fared you in the frozen waste of Coerthas? Haurchefont Cutscene is to send us a second shipment? I must thank thanks to Lord Haurchefont for his continued generosity. Yet, even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear it will attract even greater numbers of those who would do harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, Alphinaud's new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats. What? Since none of these freaking pertain to me anyways. I'll take the silver, thank you. Alright. Next quest is Brave New Companions. Oh, finally, something for me. Let's see. The Even Star Hat. Of course, I cannot wear it. And it's probably not even better than this, so you see. Pathetic. We'll start that quest soon. But for now, I'm going to cut it right there. Perhaps maybe this will be cut into the next video, or we'll see what's going on. Right now, I'm still figuring out how to cut all the video and stuff. But you know, for now, this is goodbye.